What's going on, everyone, and welcome to House of Jazz, the Piano Tutorial Man's YouTube channel. I am Richard, and as you already probably saw from the thumbnail, that tonight we will be getting into at least an introduction of the holy, powerful number system. You know what I'm saying? So, thank you for coming through this evening. And I've been doing on Wednesday nights for the last few weeks. Been doing like a little bit of like a music theory type of series here on Hump Day. So tonight we're going to look at look at the number system. We're going to introduce it, and we're going to talk about why it's something that every musician should know. So let's just get started. We don't want to waste too much time. I'm already starting way later than I wanted to, but let me make sure if there's anybody to say. Oh, Lavarius, appreciate you, man. Oh, he already liked the video. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I didn't even get a chance to like it yet. I ain't gonna be able to like it till it's over. But anyway, appreciate the like. Okay, so if you have any questions, after I'm finished this explanation, feel free to put them in over in the chat, wherever the chat is on your screen. I don't know where it is on your screen, but at the end, I guess you might not want to put it in there now because I probably won't see the question. But but when I ask, so if you do have a question, definitely know that I will answer it if I can. If I can, if I can and if I can't, I will definitely let you know that I don't know the answer, okay? But okay, the number system. Now, let me make sure I have it up. Yes, I have it up already. If you look at the bottom left-hand corner, you'll see that I have some Roman numerals over there. Bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Now, let's just say this. With the exception of Roman numeral 7, with the exception of that, right now, for purposes of today, if you see a capital letter, that stands for major. And then when you see the lowercase letters, that stands for minor. And then for the Roman numeral 7, you'll see I put DIM. Now, it can be minor. It can be diminished. It could be half diminished. It could be several things. I'll get into that when I get to 7. But basically, the number system is going to help. Let me explain a couple of ways why this helps. A lot of people are sometimes impressed when a musician can take a song and then right on the spot play it in another key, especially the simpler songs. You know what I'm saying? Like the song don't have that many chords, and they can literally just play it in any key without even thinking that hard about it. I'm telling you, probably 9 times out of 10, it's because in their mind, they already got the song mapped out in numbers already. So they're like, no matter what key it's in, I'm like, okay, just what's the numbers? What's the progression, right? That's one of the that's one of my favorite reasons for using it. But it's also, once you understand the number system, you'll get used to and especially if you start learning how to play popular songs and like your favorite songs, you'll all of a sudden sit back and be like, you know what? I know another song that moved just like that. Same progression. And then all of a sudden you'll start realizing, wow, there really aren't any brand new songs really being created nowadays because they're all basically are using the same progressions. So you'll find out, like, especially if you're trying to pick up a song by ear, it really helps if you're trying to learn how to play a song by ear, and then you can kind of grasp where they're going with it, because you're like, okay, you know what, we're on the 1 right now. It seems like they just went to the minor 6. Okay, now they went to the 4, and then, you know what I'm saying? And it's like it just helps. So today, or should I say this evening, this is just the basics, okay? And what I'll do is I'll come back next week and we'll try to get a little bit more advanced, okay? So that's my introduction. I needed to make sure I at least put an introduction in there. What's going on, Kasai? I appreciate you coming through, man. Oh yeah, important stuff here. Okay, so no, without any further delay, again, bottom left hand of your corner, you see again. Just in case you came in after I said this, you'll see capital letters and you see lowercase letters for Roman numerals. Right. Again, when you see the capital, it usually stands. It means you're going to play it as a major chord, and where you see the lowercase, it represents minor. And in the event of the 7, for those of you that don't know your Roman numerals, that's the VIII. Is it how many I's? It's 2 I's. I'm sorry. I will be 8. Sorry about that. I guess I don't know my Roman numerals anyway. But I put DIM there, which means it could also be diminished, half diminished, whatever. Okay. Now, here we go. Number system. We're going to start in the key of C because the key of C is always the easiest place to start when you're trying to introduce a new concept, because there's no black notes getting in the way most of the time, depending on what chord you're playing. You know, if you're playing a C7, then you do have a black note in the way. But you know what I'm saying. So anyway, okay. Now, what you need to realize, okay, and like I said, we're going to do the key of C. So you always have to, you want to start thinking numbers. So we're going to just go with middle C for right now. And let's just get this out the way. So everyone should know their C major scale. If you are not familiar with your scales, I will encourage you. I did a live stream last week showing you a technique that you can use to learn how to play all of your major scales, all of them, using a simple formula. And I mean, I spent over an hour. Okay. So if you're still struggling with learning your scales, I wouldn't say stop looking at this live stream. Go ahead on and look at it. But after you're finished, you really want to learn the scales, because learning the scales is what's going to really make this make sense. Okay. All right. But everybody probably knows their C major scale, right? C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Okay, right? Now, I want you to think of that instead of numbers, instead of letters, think of those notes as numbers. So C being 1, D is 2, E is 3, F is 4, G is 5, A is 6, B is 7, back at the 1 again. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In the key of C, your 1, as you can see at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, it's a capital Roman numeral, right? Capital I, which is the number 1. So that means your 1 should be played as a major chord, okay? We also looked at major and minor chords last week's live stream too. So if you don't know all your chords, look at that stream as well to get that information. But that means the 1 should be played as a major. So in the key of C, C major, 1 should be played as major. So there you go. You got, that's your 1 right there. C major in the key of C. Now stop for a second. What if I was in the key of F? What key, which chord would I play? Which chord is considered the 1 chord in the key of F? Right? I mean, it's not that hard, right? Of course, in the key of F, 1 is going to be F, right? I'm sorry, I forgot I didn't move my left hand. There you go. F major, right? So in the key of F, F major is 1, is the first chord, right? What if you're in the key of A flat? If you're in the key of A flat, then what's going to be your 1 chord? A flat major. You get the point? You see what I'm saying? I don't have to go through all 12 keys, right? You get it? Whatever key you're in, that's going to be your 1. Okay. We're going to come back to C. Okay. Let's come back to the key of C. Now, again, if you're just tuning in, please look at the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. We're going to move over to 2. Now, the Roman numeral 2, you see, is lowercase. That means the 2 chord should be played as a minor chord, So in the key of C, if C is 1, then we know D is what? D is 2. Okay, so if D is 2, that means but remember 2 is it's a lowercase Roman numeral, so you have to play it as minor. So you wouldn't play D major, you will play D minor, right? D minor, okay? D minor. So again, we're talking the number system. So far in the key of C, 1 is major, so that means you will play C as a major chord. But your 2 in the key of C is D, so you will play that as minor. You starting to understand what's going on here? Let's jump over to the key of F just for a second, since I jumped there a few seconds ago. We already said that in the key of F, the 1 chord is F major, right? Because your 1 is always played as a major. But your 2 is supposed to be played as a minor. So what's 2 in F? If F is 1, then obviously 2 is G. So of course that means you will have to play 2 as a minor. So your 2 in the key of F is G minor. You get it? So you got F major, that's 1. That's your 2. I believe we also looked at the key of A flat, so I'll just do that one more time too. So we already know in the key of A flat, your 1 chord is A flat major, right? So what's the second note of the A flat scale? B flat, right? But B flat is supposed to be played as a what? A minor chord. So that means your minor in the key of A flat is B flat. You get it? So 1, 2. Get it? Okay, cool. Let me just make sure there's no immediate questions over there. Let me make sure. Hey, RTP, thank you. Appreciate the fire. If you are enjoying this information, please make sure you give us a thumbs up so we can bring some more people over here. But okay, we're going to move over to the Roman numeral 3 now. Okay, so we're going back to the key of C. Again, in the key of C, remember our 1 chord is played as major. Our 2 chord is played as minor. Now, if you're just tuning in, make sure you take a glance at the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, and you will see that I have a lowercase Roman numeral 3. So that means the 3 chord should be played as a minor chord as well. E minor, right? Because in the key of C, C is 1, D is 2, E is 3, but we're not going to play it as E major, right? Because our number system over there is telling us to play it as minor. Okay, so in the key of C, we have C major as 1. This is our 1. That's the 2. That's the 3. If you ever seen musicians sit around a band playing together and you hear them calling out numbers, this is what they're doing. They all understand this concept. Like, all right, go to the 1. All right, to the 4. All right, to the 6. 2, 5, 1. You know what I'm saying? Now I just jumped. I just wanted to give you an idea. That's what they're doing. That's how they're communicating. All they have to do is call out the number, and the bass player knows, oh, okay, the keyboard player, organist, and all the instruments. The drummer don't necessarily have to know because the drummer's not playing pitches, they're playing the beats, but you know, all the people playing them notes, you know what I'm saying? You get it? Okay, all right, cool. So, all right, so in the key of C, again, C major is 1, D minor is the 2. So this is the 3. Now, let's jump over to those other keys, all right? So if you're in the key of F, now remember, you do need to know your scale. If you know in the key of F, F is 1, G is 2, A is 3. So you're supposed to play your 3 as a minor chord. So that means you will play A minor. Get it? So that means in the key, if you tell your band, hey, yo, let's play, the song is in F. Okay, yo, play the 1, play the 2, play the 3. There you go. You know what I'm saying? Because 1 is always, I'm using the word always, but I'm not going to say always, but you know, in a lot of cases, let's just say that in a lot of cases, the 1 is major, the 2 is minor, 3 is minor. And of course, let's say the song is in A flat. Okay, cool. And you're in your band and your band leader says, yo, 1, 2, 3. You know what I'm saying? Now, again, you have to know your scale. You have to know that your A flat major scale is what? A flat, B flat, C natural. Okay? A flat, B flat, C. This is why I said you need to know your scales. So that means A flat, the 2 is B flat, and the 2 is minor, and then the 3 is minor. Got it? Okay, cool. Now we're going to jump to the 4. If you're just tuning in, we're going over the number system. If you look at the bottom left-hand corner, we're on the Roman numeral 4. Now with the Roman numeral 4, it's capitalized, right? So that means you're going to play your 4th degree as a major chord. So now we're jumping back to major again. So let's go back to the key of C. What is the 4 in C? Well, you need to know your C major scale, right? So C is 1, D is 2, E is 3. So F is 4. So in the key of C, you will put your 4 is F. And obviously, since the Roman numerals are capitalized, you're going to play it as a major chord. You get it? Major. So F major. So that means so far in the key of C, your 1 is C major, your 2 is D minor, your 3 is E minor, your 4 is F major, okay? And just quickly, if we look at the other keys, if we go to the key of F, right? In the key of F, let's look at the scale of F. Let's look at the first 4 notes in the key of F. The first 4 notes of the scale are F, G, A, B flat. See why I said you have to know your scales? Because if you would have said, oh yeah, F, A, F, yeah, if you said F, A, you would have been wrong too. But anyway, F, G, A, B natural, then you'll be playing the wrong chord. When the band says 4, you're going to be playing some type of B natural chord, and they're going to look at you like you're crazy. And if it was James Brown, they'd be like, I fined you $50. You know what I'm saying? And you get fined and then you start losing your paycheck. But anyway, all right. So back again. So in the key of F, 1, 2, 3, 4. So B flat is your 4. So in the key of F, your 4 would be a B flat major chord, because your 4 typically is played as a major chord. I don't even know what words to use right now. Okay, so that's in the key of F. And then in the key of A flat, that's the other key we've been playing around in. In the key of A flat, again, you got to know your A flat scale. A flat, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So your 4th note in A flat is D flat. But that D flat is the 4th degree, so you play it as a major chord. D flat major. Major, that's just different inversions, okay? All right, you got it? So far, if you're playing with your band and they say go to the 1, go to the 3, go to the 2, go to the 4, you straight. No matter what key you're in. I don't care what your key. If they like, yo, we're in the key of A. Yo, go to the 1. All right, now go to the 2. Go to the 3. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's just go to the 3. Yeah, go to the 4. You know what I'm saying? To go back to 1. It's all good, right? Okay. Now we're going to go to back to the key of C. Let's take a look at 5. Now, of course, if you're just tuning in, look at your bottom left-hand corner. You'll see that with the Roman numeral 5, which is the capital V, it's capitalized. So we're going to play the 5 as a major chord. So again, depending on what key you're in, you have to find 5. So in the key of C, what is 5? C, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we know we're going to play some type of G chord. It's going to be a G major for right now. Again, I know some of y'all are going to be like, no, it should be dominant and blah, blah, blah. I'll get to the more advanced chords like next week, okay? We're keeping it simple this week. Don't scream at me. I understand how this works, okay? We're keeping it simple. It's kind of hard to play a diminished chord with only 3 notes unless you... Anyway, forget it. All right, anyway, G major, we're going to call it G major for right now. All right, so you got... so that's your 5. So in the key of C, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that's your 5. Ignore that noise. That's just my dryer letting me know my clothes are dry. Okay, in the key of F, F is 1. Well, first you got to figure out what the 5th note of F is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. C is your 5, right? So, okay. So, and then we know that the 5 is supposed to be played as a major chord. So in the key of C, your 5 is C major, right? Okay. And then of course in the key of A flat, since we're just playing around, got to know your scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're on E flat, so E flat should be played as major. Got it? Got it? Okay, cool. Now we're gonna go to the 6. I think you're starting to understand the concept, but I'm just gonna complete it because we only got 6 and 7, right? That's all we got, 6 and 7 anyway. All right, cool. So now we're at the 6. Now if you look at your screen, we're back to what? Minor. We're back to minor again. So let's go back to the key of C and see which note is the 6th note. C is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A is 6. And according to our little formula we have down there, A should be played as minor. Okay, so there you go. That's your 6. So in the key of C, if they say go to the 6, you're going to play some type of A minor chord. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you got it. In the key of F, you have to figure out what your 6th note is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So D is the 6th note, so that means D minor is your 6, and the same thing in the key of A flat. If you know your scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, F is the 6, and the 6 is supposed to be minor. So play F minor. You just making sense? Okay, so that's our 6, and then we only got one more number. So we have the 7. Now, like I said, none of this stuff is etched in stone. Before I even talk about the 7 real quick, let me just say this, and I should have said this at the very beginning. Nothing that I'm teaching you right now is etched in stone. Let me explain. That's the beauty of music, okay? All that I'm teaching you right now is just how music is usually put together. I get stuff, sometimes I'll get questions on some of my piano tutorials like, I don't understand. Why is that chord used? If the song is in this key, then why would you play? And I'm like, the easiest, the best answer I could give to that is because it's music, and that's what the songwriter was hearing. Use your ear. Does it sound good? There's a saying I always talk about. A group of friends of mine. Y'all see us on Saturdays. For those of you that see us get together on Saturday live streams, we love. Some of us talk about the James Brown movie, and there's a scene on there where James Brown was like, "Does it feel good? Does it feel good? Well, then it's musical." And that is the most simplistic. And it's like, sometimes you don't need some type of theoretical explanation. Sometimes it's just as simple as, why did you put that there? Because it sounds good. You know what I'm saying? So please look at what I'm teaching you right now as just something. It's just a guide that will help you. Trust me. If you're sitting in church and some lady out in the congregation starts singing, you know, Sister Bethia, Sister Johnson get up to start singing some song, and you're like, I don't know what song that is. And let's say you're able to at least figure out what key she's in, and she can actually stay in that key. Then you can kind of be like, yeah, that sounds. It feels like that's the one. Okay, she went to and then before you know it, in your head, you already got the numbers in your head. Like, okay, she's singing 1, 4, 6, and then she always goes back to just whatever it is. I'm just calling out numbers. So, all right. So anyway, all right, we're going to get back. All right. So all we have is 7, right? Okay. Now, like I said, usually 7 is played as a diminished chord. It could be half diminished. It could be minor. It's just, there's no rules to it. This is just saying generally, you know what I'm saying? So diminished. In the key of C, you have to know which note is your 7th note. So in the key of C, C is your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. B is your 7, so play a B diminished chord. Okay? Diminished. For those of you that may have forgot how to turn what makes a diminished chord? A diminished chord is when, think of the major chord first, right? And when the 3rd and the 5th note is lowered a half step. Let me give you an example. For C major, everybody knows C major is C, E, G, right? I'll come down here so you might can see it better down here. C, E, G, right? Well, if you take the third note, which is the E, right? That's the third note of the scale, that is. The third note of the C scale. Drop it down a half step. Then when you take the fifth note of the scale, drop it down a half step. There's your diminished. There you go. Now you got a C diminished chord. C major, minor, diminished. So almost think of diminished as a double minor chord. Because it's like, okay, C major. Well, you take this third note, you make it minor. But if you want to make it more minor, make it a double minor. AKA diminished. I just made that up. I've in the 20 plus years I've been teaching music, I've never said double minor ever in my life. So I just made that up. So I might need to copyright that just in case somebody tries to steal that from me. But yeah, just think of it as a double minor chord, okay? But anyway, okay, so in the key of C, B is your seventh note, so you're going to play B as a diminished chord, okay? Now, again, we looked at some other keys. I think we looked at the key of F. So if your band was in the key of F, you will figure out what the seventh note is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? And so 7 is E. So your E diminished chord, remember, is double minor. So you play an E diminished chord. If this is E major, that's minor. That's double minor, right? As AKA diminished. So in the key of F, your 7 is E diminished. But in the key of C, your 7 is B diminished. But what is your 7th if you're in A flat? Okay, well, again, this is why I'm saying know your scales. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. G. Okay, and then a G diminished is, so there go your G diminished chord. So that means you're 7 in the key of A flat. There you go. It's your G diminished chord. Okay, you got it? And then after that, you're back at the 1 again. Back at the 1, which in the key of A flat, will put you back in A flat. So now here's a cool thing about C major. The thing about C major is that once you put, now this is in root position. This is root position only. I never tried it in inverted position. We're going to try it in inverted position tonight. I'm going to do it live in front of y'all in a second because in theory, it should work. And it actually should work, but we're going to do it in root position. But in the key of C, once you get your notes down, all you got to do is just keep moving to the next white notes for your number system. C major. See how I just went to all the white key. I hate to say white, make things black and white, but in this case, you know what I'm saying? We're not trying to be prejudiced or anything. But anyway, so you can just keep moving your fingers to the right and you'll perfectly play the number system without even having to think twice about it. You know what I'm saying? All you're doing is just moving up all the white keys. You're just moving up all the white keys and you're automatically. That works in C. Now, you can't do that in F. Like, if you go to F and just move to all the white keys, you're already playing G major. You know G's supposed to be minor. Now, A minor worked. Now, in the key of F, you should be playing a B flat chord. You see how it doesn't work? That's why I said don't try it in any of the other keys. But in the key of C, it actually will work. Now, I said I'm going to try this in front of your face. So we're going to invert. Now, when I say invert the chord, okay, look at this. We have the first, the third, and the fifth note of C major, right? Let's say I want to take this note right here, which is E, right? E, this is the third note. Well, you know what? Let me do this. Let me do it like this. You see this G? This G is the fifth note, right? Of the C major scale, right? But let's say I don't like playing the G up here because I don't like the way the breath smells on this G up here, right? I like the way the breath smells down here. I don't know why I said that, but all I just did, I'm still playing the C major chord, but instead of playing the G up here, I took the G and I'm playing it down here. That's all inversions are. If you notice on my left hand, I still got the C as the bass. So no matter where I put, as long as I have the C, the E, and the G on my right hand, you still have a C major chord, even if it's inverted. You know what I'm saying? So let's say I want to take this E and I want to play it down there. Still a C major chord. You know what I'm saying? That's all chord inversions are. So we're going to take that trick and we're going to see if it works with this. So this is an inverted C major chord. Let's see if it works the way it's supposed to work. Hold up, let me see. Okay. Oh, hold up, wait a minute. Did I do something wrong? Oh yeah, it does work. Okay, it will work. Okay, I just found out live on YouTube. Doesn't matter which inversion you do it in. All you gotta do is just move to all the white keys, and it's actually going to work. So, could you play a requested? Oh, well, no, we're not doing requested songs tonight. We're just, yeah, we're just going over some music theory tonight. But what I do want to do is to make sure, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up, y'all, if you're finding this information to be helpful. You know what I'm saying? And you want other people to see it. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything to hit that thumbs up. So now with the number system, once you understand that, and that's something, and like I said, we can go a little bit deeper next week and go into some deeper chords, but we want to keep it simple this week. What I want to do is go over two popular, we'll say, progressions that you'll probably play a trillion times in your lifetime. You know what I'm saying? It's like as you're playing songs, you're probably going to always wind up, I won't say a trillion times, but you'll play them often. Now, one of the most popular chord progressions is something that we call 2-5-1. Have you ever heard that before? You ever heard somebody say 2-5-1? Now, if somebody say play 2-5-1, it means exactly what I just got finished teaching you. Depending on which key you're in, play the 2, move to the 5, and then move to the 1. Now, before I show you the simple one, well, no, let me show you the simple one first. I'll start simple, and then I'm going to show you that anybody that's been following my channel, I'm going to show y'all something. I do a 2-5-1 pretty much on every single tutorial that I've created, probably in the last 2 to 3 years. You hear a 2-5-1 every tutorial. I don't care what song it is. I don't care what song it is, and I'll go over that 2-5-1 in a second. But for right now, let's look at the key of C. Now, 2-5-1 is a popular chord progression that usually is like brings you to the end of something. It could be the end of the song. This might be a way of ending the song, or if you're at the end of the chorus or something, you might do 2-5-1. Again, you can use it wherever you want to use it, but I'm just saying that a lot of times it's more popularly used to end something, whether it's the entire song, the bridge, in the verse, in the chorus. This is usually it gives you some type of resolve. And think about it. If the last progression that you're playing is 1, that means you're on the root note, aka the tonic. We also call that the tonic. T-O-N-I-C. Tonic just means the root note. So in the key of C, if you were to play 2-5-1, first of all, let's see what notes are 2, 5, and 1. So in the key of C, right, D is 2, G is 5, and then C is 1. So 2-5-1. So without me even playing the chord and you just listening to the notes, you probably can kind of hear how that can sound like the end of the song. Now let's put the chords to that. 2 is supposed to be minor. So 2, 5, 1. Now I did fancier chords. I'll do it with the basic chords. Okay, here we go. 2, 5, 1. Good way of ending the song. You know what I'm saying? Let's say you're writing a song and you find a way to end the song. Throw in a 2-5-1 and see how that works. Now you can do that, and what I would suggest you do is learn how to play your 2-5-1. Guess what? In every key, 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 key. I wish I could put that effect on my voice right this second, but I don't have a DAW open and all that stuff to with my effects or whatever. But but yeah, you probably going to want to get used to playing that in every single key, so that no matter what song you're playing, I don't care what song you're playing, and if you need a way to end it, be like, oh, okay, well, I'm in the key of F. So if I'm in the key of F, let me try 2-5-1. Well, I know the 2 is that's G minor, and then the C is the 5, and then the F is the 1. You know what I'm saying? So again, let's take a look at the key of F. Right, your 2 is G, C is 5, and F is 1. So 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. There we go. Couldn't find a note. 2, 2, 5, 1. I can tell I'm tired, y'all. I can't even hear notes. 2, 2, 5, 1. Now put the chords on it. 2, 5, 1. And in the key of C, 2, 5, 1. And in the key of A flat, remember we was playing around in the key of A flat earlier. So in the A flat, your 2 is B flat, your 5 is E flat, and A flat is 1. So in the key of A flat, you got 2, 5, 1. And if you put the chords to it, see how it just sounds like and that's why it's a popular progression. So you can do that in like every key, like the 2-5-1. You should really practice that in every key. All right, now we want to do one more. Now this is one that I actually touched on last week. I touched on it just a little bit, not too much. It was just a little something, something. Let me come over here to the chat, see if I missed too much. I can't see both at the same time. Now, how come this person? You know what? This person right here, I don't know if this person is welcome to my stream anymore, because this is literally the progression I was getting ready to go over. This was going to be the last one I'm going over tonight. And what's his name? This is Set Sana. Set. I'm gonna call you Set. Man, how you just gonna come up in here and just mess up? How you gonna do that, man? How you gonna do that? How you gonna do that, man? How you just gonna come over here and just block? No, I'm just messing with you. But yeah, the one. No, it's okay, man. I'm totally messing with you, man. But anyway, yeah, 1, 4, 5, and then back to the 1 was the last one. And I kind of looked at this last week. I looked at last week a little bit. So and I was telling you that there is a gospel song, Hezekiah Walker. If you haven't listened to it yet, it's by Hezekiah Walker, and it's called "Oh Lord, We Praise You." And I promise you, that song is nothing but 1, 4, 5, 1. Now, what he does in the song is that the song keeps changing keys. Now, you would have thought last week I told you I didn't remember what key he started the song in. I never listened to it, so I still don't know what key he started the song in. And I can't play. If I play it right now, YouTube will hear it, and then get a copyright strike. But it doesn't matter. It's 2, 5. No, it's not 2, 5, 1. It's 1. It's 1, 4, 5, 1. So let's just do it in the key of C for a second. And I'm telling you, this is a song, like, this is good. Like, if you have like a kids choir that you have to play for at church and you need something that's real simple to teach them, look up Look up "Oh Lord, We Praise You" by Hezekiah Walker. Teach them that song, and it's easy for you, and it's easy for your band to play too. 1 4 5 1. Again, if we're in the key of C, C is your 1, 4. Well, I'm sorry. Well, F is your 4, right? Right, and then your 5 is the G. Yeah, G. So that's 1 4 5. 1 4 5 1. Now, if you look at the formula that's at the bottom left-hand corner, you'll see that your 1 is typically played as a major chord. Your 4 and your 5 are usually major, or it could be diminished if you're doing more than 3 notes at a time. Okay, so that means your 1 4 5 is going to be C, F, G, C. Well, C is going back to the 1. So 1 4 5 1. Got it? 1 4 5 1. Now, if you listen to that Hezekiah Walker song, "Oh Lord, praise you. Oh Lord, we praise you." And then when the verse comes in, "I was thinking the other day about the joy that came my way. Da 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 da." I'm trying not to get YouTube to catch me playing the song. I'm trying to. Da 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 da. But today, da 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 da. Oh Lord, oh, it's just, and all he does is that he'll just change the key and he'll go, da da, and remember, now that you know the numbers, all you got to keep thinking is 1 4 5. So now, if you're in the key of D flat, C sharp, some of y'all like to call it C sharp. Y'all get on my nerves. Those of you that call it C sharp, y'all get on my nerves. Y'all know us black folks like calling notes flat. Yeah, there's a lot of church musicians that'll be like, "Yeah, it's in C sharp," and I'm like, "You do mean D flat, right? You D flat, right?" And I'm saying, "I don't give you a flat eye." So when you take the key up, all you got to do is just know, yeah, C sharp or your D flat scale, right? So that means in the key of D flat, you know that that's your 1, 2, 3, that's your 4, and your 5. So you know that your 3 chords are simply a D flat, G flat, and A flat, and then that's what you play. Oh Lord, we da da. Then he takes the song up again, and then you got the. Sorry about that. And guess what? You're still playing. You're still playing 1 4 5 1, and then he takes the song up again. So now you're in the key of E flat. But guess what? Again, all you got to remember is 1 4 5 1. You see what I mean when I say when you know understand the number system, it can really make it easy for changing keys to a song. Oh Lord, we pray. And I'm telling you, and that gets you through the whole song, no matter what key he puts it in. So so that's it. So that is just a basic introduction to the number system. I do want to get a little bit deeper into it, but I'm the type of person that I truly believe in, just take your time. Don't necessarily throw everything at them at one time. Give it to them a little bit. Give you a chance to really work with this week. And if you're serious, and I mean seriously want to learn, continue to learn about the number system, come back next week. Next week, we'll be a little bit more advanced. But I did say that before I left. First of all, I will answer questions. If music theory related questions, you can start typing them over there. If you have any questions, that's cool. Just type over there, and if I know the answer, I will answer it. If I don't know the answer, I will let you know that unfortunately I'm not God and I'm not all knowing and I just don't know it. However, I said that in all of my tutorials for at least the last 2 to 3 years, I play a 2-5-1 chord every single video. Every single, I don't care what the song is. Even if the song I'm teaching don't have a 2-5-1 in it, I still play a 2-5-1 in the video. Y'all want to know what I'm talking about? What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Sir House of Jazz. Jazz. A piano tutorial. Man, guess what? That's a super duper fancy 2-5-1 chord. That's why I said I play 2-5-1. I love the 2-5-1. As y'all can see, I made my own little my little theme off of the 2-5-1. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I just thought I'd share that with y'all. Now let me see if there's any questions over there. And again, that was a more advanced. For those of you that want the explanation of why that's a 2-5-1, I can show you what the chords are because it's not like I have like what 800 tutorials out there showing y'all what chords I'm playing. So it's not like it's some type of secret. Oh, don't show them what the chords are. We talking about? They're in my video all the time. But what I'm playing, we're in the key of B flat. When I'm doing that intro, I'm in the key of B flat. So in the key of B flat, C is the 2, right? And the 2 is supposed to be minor, correct? So that means your 2 is a C minor chord. Now what I'm doing is flat 5. I'm doing, like I said, we'll get into more advanced stuff later. But I'm just for what I'm doing on there. So that's still a 2 chord. It's a 2, right? And then I went to, okay, so in the key of B flat, F is 5. B flat is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So F is 5. Now F is typically played as a major dominant. In my case, I played it as a dominant with a sus4. And then I resolved it down to a F dominant chord, right? So, so I went Sir House of Jazz, right? And then I went to the 5, sus, resolve, and then all I did was just hit a C. That's just to give that effect. Da, 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 da. And then I come off on the B flat major 9, which is, and I said, B, we're in the key of B flat, so that's 1. So yes, every time I do that intro, I am doing a 2-5. I throw that in there for 1 second and go to the 1. Just just some stuff. Probably never paid attention to it, but anyway. All right, so okay, I'm gonna look to see if there's any questions. Channel is okay. How is the latency? Is the latency still bad? And has the latency been bad the entire time? I saw a message that said the latency was bad. That's why I was. Are y'all still having a hard time hearing me? Can someone tell? Someone tell he has latency besides me? Thanks. Okay. Well, I am getting ready to get off of here anyway. I thought I had the latency issue fixed. Is the latency still on? Am I still having latency issues? Because I was just about done. I thought I had this situation fixed. I thought I fixed it up on Saturday. I really did. I thought I had this thing fixed, but because I had latency on Saturday, but I fixed it. It is improving. Okay. Sorry about that. I really thought I had this issue fixed on Saturday. I had the same issue Saturday. I made a change, and then everything was great for the rest of the stream. So I came in here thinking that everything was good. But anyway, are there any questions before I get off and before my voice just totally crumbles? Any questions about any that I just talked about this evening? Any questions? Just see and give y'all a couple of seconds to chat. And I do appreciate y'all, um, coming through, coming through. Appreciate y'all coming through. I don't see any questions coming. Okay. Going once, going twice. By the way, how is the audio? Is the audio any better or is it worse? Before I get off, I just want to know. Kasai, you still there or Shades, anybody? How's the audio? Is it still bad before I get off? Mm, okay, well, it must be so bad y'all can't hear me, so it's all good. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I definitely appreciate y'all coming through this evening. I apologize for the latency. Again, I really thought I had this fixed. I did something to it on Saturday, and obviously it didn't fix the problem. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead on and sign off for now, and I will be back Saturday. We will have oh, okay, Saturday we will have a live stream, and that's when everyone comes on. Y'all know what all my Saturdays are. And we're going to have, it's not a well, I guess you can say it's kind of a versus, but we're going to put up original songs against remakes. Okay, and discuss which one is the better. Is the remake better? Oh, you're welcome. Elect lady, before you go, since you're there, okay, Shade says it's good. How is the audio now for you? Is it okay on your end as well? Elect lady, I did get an answer from Shades. I'm just asking this just so that I can try to fix this, and I don't understand what's going on with the my internet connection. But anyway, but thank you for coming through. And again, Saturday we're gonna we have about, I think, at least minimum of 30 songs. 30 songs. We already have a list that's typed out, and we'll probably go into other songs that's not even on that list. I'm talking about, we're gonna say who did it better, Luther Vandross or Dionne Warwick. She says, all good, cool. We're going to be like, who did this song better, Drew Hill or Confunction? Trying to give y'all some ideas, some hints of what the songs we're going to talk about. Who did this song better, Shaka Khan or Mary J. Blige? What song could he be talking about? Stuff like that. So we're going to have a real good heated debate discussion. Yeah, I'm sure it's going to get real crazy. So if you're not doing anything Saturday evening, somewhere between 9 p.m. and 10 p.m. Saturday Eastern time, sometime between that time frame, we'll be online, and we're just gonna, talk about that. And then next Wednesday, we're gonna go deeper into the number system. We're going to look at some more more progressions, and we're going to talk about how to fatten up the chords, just like when I showed you my chords, my intro, and I was like, oh yeah, I did a flat 5, and then I did the sus. We'll take it a little bit more advanced, and we'll go over some more popular progressions, and we'll even take certain songs. We'll take certain songs that are simple, simple pop songs, popular songs, and we'll actually break it down and be like, okay, well, this song, here's the number for this song. So it'll almost be like a little mini piano tutorials going on in there too. So yeah, make sure y'all come back next week. And that's it. So yeah, Saturday we'll be having a discussion on who did it better with the songs. And then next Wednesday we'll be back with some more music theory. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for coming through this evening. Don't forget to click that like button if you enjoyed it. And it's okay if you hit the dislike button if you didn't enjoy it. I can't see the dislikes anymore. Thank you, YouTube. Appreciate it. All right, y'all. Y'all have a wonderful evening, and I'll talk with y'all later. Good evening.